Hello, welcome back. It is Linda of Lady and the Frogs with Ziggy. Obviously I'm supposed to be doing a Lego video, otherwise he's going to kick off. But yesterday, a random Monday night, I suppose it is Monday before payday and some people get paid 20th, sort of, don't know. I get paid on the 25th in my current job. Previous jobs, I've been paid on the 25th. I've never had a monthly payday of the 28th, so I generally go with the 25th, but it's the 23rd. So happy to actually make sales last night. I have made one sale on Vinted, which is this. So I've got two of these hats which I picked up. Admittedly, I've paid £3. And I've only sold this for 12. And I think that's my feelings, whereas I did think, well, we've got to put stuff on Vinted. The other one's going to end up going on eBay because they've been on since the weekend. This one had loads and loads of interest. For me, loads and loads of interest is 5 to 10 favourites. I never really get that many. This one had 10 to 12 favourites. Somebody sent me an offer. I had it up for £15. Somebody sent me an offer of £10, which I accepted. They then didn't pay and sent me an offer of £9, which just irritated me because this is the type of thing that annoys me. So then I counted back at £12.99, and then they counted back at £8, and I was just like, no, I'm not dealing with you. Then they counted back at £11. And I was just thinking, oh, what is going on? Why couldn't you just pay the £10? Because I was happy to let it go for 10. Then they said 12. Then I blocked them. And then they followed me. They followed me and sent an offer for 12, at which point I blocked them. And then I gave my head a wobble and unblocked them and just said, look, I'm really confused. Because I said, you sent me an offer of 10 and I accepted it, and now we're going back and forth. And I accepted your original offer and now you're going up. So then we went to £12. She apologised because she'd been ill in bed all day. I don't know. So this may be a regret. And now I regret leaving my door open to my balcony and daring to enjoy the last moments of summer. Because somebody has to get a power drill out. Well, no, that's a circular saw, isn't it? Guess that power drill, that power tool sound. Whatever it is, it's serious. Anyway, £12 for that. In-post locker. In-post lockers seem slow at the moment. But anyway, that is that. Hopefully I won't regret that. And then the rest. Oh my God. It's just so annoying. The whole area is new build. I cannot stress anymore the fact that all of the houses in the whole area fell because the previous houses that grew were trees. So they cleared the whole area, so everything is new build here, and yet any work that people do, it's always their roof falling down or their windows need refitting. I'm sorry, but the place is less than 20 years old. Shouldn't need doing, and yet we have to do this stuff all the time. Anyway, my eBay stuff. I have accepted offers or sent offers out on most of these. The first thing, I had this up for £100. I felt that 100 was fair, and other people had it on for 120. But people seemed to have it up for sale, but they hadn't had any offers. And it just because it was an advertised price doesn't mean that's the price that you're going to get. So yeah, maybe I could have held out for 100. But I sent offers out of 20% because, I generally am happy to run a 20% coupon, or I have ongoing discounts, if you know the discount code, of 20%. And my return customers who get this, which is what I've got on there, have a 20% thing. So I'm happy to accept 20%. So this has gone for $79.99. Because I've now got these, which, if you don't know, if you haven't seen my previous thing, I just knocked up my own returns label to attach to things with one of them. Dirt cheap. These are a £5. These are stickers from when I tried Amazon FBA and then realised it was fruitless. So I've just stuck these on like random pieces of card and just put a nice, trying not to be passive aggressive, but saying I'm not going to accept a return unless this is on it, because I do feel that I have a lot of stuff which is borrowed. So I don't attach these until sale, because this is specifically for eBay. It says on here that my code is for future eBay orders, because I don't have my own website. Obviously some of it might sell on Vinted, so I attach these at the last moment. And I've also got some garment bags for the nicest, more expensive stuff, hence what this is. So that's a Vivienne Westwood dress. I paid 10. No, I paid 12. I paid 12 for that. So it's a decent return. It's not to be sniffed at. What else have I got to do? I've still got stuff to photograph. I've been up a reasonable amount of time. I've made sure that I set my alarm and got up, because I've been so lazy, because I had a week off last week and now it's ingrained in me. And I've also got a husband here who is out of work, and the sabbatical has taken hold, so to speak. So every room that I go in, she always seems to be in there. And we're under each other's feet. So, yeah. The situation will change, but at the moment it feels like we're in each other's way. But I'm complaining unnecessarily. It's totally irrelevant. Anyway, I meant to take photos this morning, but sun and the veranda thing that I have on there is sun everywhere, so I can't do flat lays. I've done all of my women's photos, so I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 men's items, and then that big fur coat, which I'll put on the male mannequin anyway, so I can it hasn't even got a hood, but it'll just look better on the male mannequin. It doesn't need to have the boob element showing. Anyway, now the men's stuff, that was on Vinted, by the way, and I've had to delist that from Vinted. So these are all things that sold on eBay. This is a peregrine jumper. Generally, I'm not listing my men's stuff on Vinted, because none of my men's stuff get any traction whatsoever. So peregrine, I could have got 40 for this. I had it up for 35, I think. No, I had it up for 40. I sent 20% offers, that's $31.99. Somebody countered with $27.50 and I just took it, because never mind. It is small, or it says medium, but it feels very small. So I'm happy with that. So without further ado, we will put the tag on. So like I showed you before, you just put the spike through it. You put spike through said bit. I like to put it behind the size label if I can. Hold it down, keep it held, fire it off, keep it held down, pull it out, and it attaches. Not that anybody is going to wear a big heavy jumper for an event. That cost me £4. This is 100% cashmere. This one, I've mugged myself off with this, because the label on it, the inside label, it is 100% cashmere. It is Anna Klein, Bergdorf Goodman is a department store in New York, I believe, or something like that. But you know, cable knit. This is sold for 35. I've annoyed myself in this because I went to iron just to straighten out the thing, and it's melted the thing. The amount of times I do this drives myself up the wall. So I melted the care label, so I've had to declare that. So I probably would have accepted less. This was another thing that was on Vinted, which I've had to delist off Vinted. So 35 on eBay. Put the label on. Yeah, I would have accepted less for this. I don't do that well with my cashmere, and frankly, this doesn't look as nice as it should. Just, I don't know, it's soft, but then some of it doesn't feel too soft. This isn't the last thing. This is the last piece of clothing. So this is sea salt. So all of these probably only went live at the tail end of last week. Sea salt, you know, artist smock, work shirt, let's go walking along the beach and get windswept. XXL, can't remember what I've sold this for. I want to say 30 quid. But I can't remember whether I sent an offer out or not. And again, because it's menswear, I haven't listed this on Vinted because I just didn't think there was any point. And then the other thing I sold this for £8. This was just like a 10p pickup. No, a 20p pickup, because it's one of those places that do 5 DVDs and CDs for £1. And my new mission, which I probably shouldn't have accepted, is I'm going to try and it sounds like comedy when you say it out loud. I'm going to try and collect all 54/60 of the original Disney classics and try and sell them, which is probably like a really stupid idea, because even if I was to pick them up for £1 each, I'm only going to get like 50. So unless I get them for 20p, this isn't going to work, and it's going to be such a mission. So I have got a whole bundle of Disney that I've picked up. I'm going to just print off a list of the original classics and do my highlighting thing. I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to put that aside. See if I get anywhere. I mean, I've got Aristocats. I have got Snow White. I have got Dumbo. It's not the original Dumbo. It's the remake version. So that one doesn't count. I've got a load, and it does go. It goes up to present day ish, because I know that Frozen is in the title, and So I need to just work out what it is, and I know that I've got at least 8 of the titles. So I'm gonna put that as one of the projects, because I like the project and I like collecting, and it feeds my insanity, and then I sell it without, actually having to find shelf space. There was a point there where I caught the hologram effect on this. So this is a Coldplay CD anyway. This is the more recent one, Moon Music. Hence why I've got £8 for it, because some CDs don't sell, but this was one of them, and obviously it's sealed. So £8 for that. Another thing that was listed on Vinted, which I thought, we'll try some things other than clothes. Didn't sell, but sold on eBay. So yeah, I kept selling stuff last night, and I was like, oh good, and then I was like, oh god, I've got to delete it off Vinted, and I was very forgetful yesterday. It was ridiculous. So something else good happened yesterday. One of the reasons that I haven't finished taking the photos of my clothes, the main reason is the sun was setting. It was orange light in here. I didn't like what I was going to get in terms of taking photos. So I stopped because of that. But I went via a charity shop, which is near me, on the way back from the post office. She just had this feeling in my water. And you know how many times you just have this feeling in your water and you go in there and it's a fruitless mission and there's nothing. And to be honest, this was probably in there the other day and I didn't notice it. So how crazy is that? But anyway, there was part of me yesterday that was just like, oh, I could really just sit down and, like I say, do Lego, which I'd like to do. And this part of me was just like, oh, I wish I had a jigsaw. So I went and I looked at the jigsaws and I only found the Wentworth. I'm not just a Wentworth, a 500-piece Wentworth, and I've never got a 500-piece Wentworth. So I did this yesterday after I'd done the first lot of clothes, and then I started doing this jigsaw and I did this in the evening. So I finished this last night. It is complete. I have taken the photos this morning, and I had to close the curtains because of the light. So you can see, so I had the jigsaw was here, so you can see the light issues that I get on the floor. So this was really nice, and this cost me £2. Now apparently, so I've looked this up. I could only find 250 pieces with completed listings. The 500 pieces seems like I could probably get £40. So I'm going to put it on for £40 because it is Christmas coming up, and I just think what a find. And I just, when you want to do a jigsaw and then you find just the sort of jigsaw that you wanted to do. And the thing is, when you find one, you're like, there must be more. But I don't know. They're slow at getting their stock out in this place, even though it is a warehouse. And honestly, it is bigger than where I work. It is bigger than a superstore because it is a warehouse, and it is a big warehouse with depth. And upstairs, they run over to all the other shops, and they have like three like what is the equivalent of the attic room for 3 shops running along, filled with furniture. I don't really know why they put their furniture upstairs, because they don't have a lift and they have to go up the stairs. So the guys that work there must stay fit in their older age. Yeah, but what a find. I was so happy with that. Tempted to go in again today, but obviously there's going to be nothing there. And they did have some of the DVDs I was just rambling about. However, they appear to be charging £1 for their DVDs. But I couldn't really work out, because they used to do 4 DVDs for £1, and now I can't really work out what's going on there, because it says sealed DVDs £1, but they've put that sign, they've taped it over the old sign that says 4 for £1. So I don't really know how much their CDs are, DVDs, whatever. Anyway, yeah, it is a mission which I must ignore. I do like to go in there as well, because they have like 10, 20p books. But they have really limited opening hours. They're only open 2 to 4 weekdays, so it's not great. Anyway, that's my rambling done. I am going to stop this video here. I'm going to upload it, because I have promised Ziggy that we will be doing. We will piece together his Lego video, which does involve us putting together a Lego set, and there's a Lego set in there which I must have the pieces for. I've got my drawers. I need to just do it and get into the game. But it's a submarine, and it's yellow. It's not a submarine, but it's yellow. It's something. I don't know. No, it's a robot. That's what it is. And it's boxed, and I've got the instructions, and I need to do it because I know that I've got all the pieces for it. But I need to do that in daylight, because in dusk, yellow pieces look like white pieces, under our Ford electric lights. So that is my mission. I'm going to do the post, do my photos, and do Lego. That's today. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll be back again soon.